Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Miss Bogan. So today we're going to talk about a Zoom call, Rural Americans, Dirt Road Democrats, and Vice President Harris. So I got a message, a group called Rural Americans. For Harris is putting together a Zoom call, similar to other Zoom calls that have already occurred recently. And it might be something that a lot of you'll find interesting. The Harris campaign statement says, freedom is a value. We hold in our rural towns, we like to say, what doesn't bother? The cattle doesn't bother us. Meaning mind your own business. We also don't like big corporations with greedy shareholders who take advantages of our small towns. So obviously it's for the people who live in small towns. What do they mean by small 5 to 50,000 people? A couple of things that have been discussed on this channel over the years come into play. First, the Democratic Party generally doesn't have great messaging to Dirt Road. Democrats, to be honest, they barely have any messaging at all. And second rule, people, we live our lives by lefty economic principles. Every single day, from the union to the co-op to Farm Aid, the image of the stereotypical rural Republican comes from the tradition of dad-voted Republican and from socially conservative attitudes. But if those socially conservative attitudes are placed in contrast with economic and kitchen table issues, there's another far more accurate stereotype about rural people that come into play. What happens on your side of the fence is your business. Republican rhetoric coming in and telling us who to hate is barking at the wrong tree most times, because we've been taught to love our neighbour even from the other side of the fence. The problem for a long time, though, is that Republicans have been the only dogs barking this kind of outrage. It can only be good for Harris. It can only be good for the Democratic Party as long as she focuses on the economic concerns and the infrastructure. If you want to tune in and see what the Harris campaign has to say, it's August 6th at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. You can go to rule4harris.com to RSVP. We'll put the link below. Just realize if you do RSVP, you might be getting a few more of those messages anyway. It's just a thought. You'll have a good day.